Welcome to my channel, guys. I'm Mariam. In today's video, I am going to be doing a review of the new Morphe X Jaclyn Hill brushes collection, and I will be using the new KKW Beauty Classic collection, which I'll also be reviewing since I haven't tried either one of those before. You know I am here to deliver the truth. I know you're here for the truth, so that is what you're going to receive. If you are here solely for the KKW, then please feel free to fast forward to this time right here, but I suggest you actually watch the entire video because I have a lot to say. If you're not already subscribed, remember to subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions, give me a thumbs up, and let's get to this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Before we get into the brushes and into the KKW collection, I want to test out this new Dermablend primer. A lot of people have been raving about it. It's this jelly formula type primer. I believe you're supposed to let it sit on your skin before you apply your foundation. I'm really looking for an amazing primer. It's been so difficult. I have not come across a truly mattifying primer that works for oily skin. Okay, boom. This right here is the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill brushes collection PR package. It's definitely very unique and very catchy and something that a lot of people have been showing off on their Instagram, on their YouTube channels. But I'm really here for the truth. Basically let you know whether these babies are worth your time and worth your money. So what I have here is the $165 master collection, which includes 24 custom eye and face brushes, plus a hard case. I mean, I will say $165 for 24 brushes is a lot considering that these are Morphe brushes. And as we know, Morphe brushes are considered affordable brushes. I don't know, I'm not gonna judge them until I actually try them, until I see what the quality is like, what the bristles are like, how well they actually apply the product. So not gonna judge it until I'm done with this trial. So I'm gonna start with this JH03 brush. I'm gonna apply this Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation first to the back of my hand. And I'm gonna use this brush to stipple on the foundation and blend it out. I will say this brush is very soft. It's great for foundation. It does apply it nicely. It shears it out, but it is also dense enough to really cover a good large area of your face. I kind of prefer a brush that has a little bit of an edge so that I can get into these fine areas that I can't seem to get into with this brush. This one is just a little too dull. You can easily use a beauty blender for those hard to reach places. Okay, cool. Next I'm gonna apply my concealer. This is Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer in the shade 2W. And I'm just gonna highlight and conceal as I usually do. But to blend out the concealer, I'm gonna use this JH08 brush. I think it's great for the under eye and for just like stippling smaller areas, getting in that nose crevice, etc. I do know Jaclyn personally, and I do know Linda from Morphe personally as well. They are amazing, extraordinary entrepreneur women, and they're super inspiring, super smart. But having said that, they are not immune to my criticism by any means. The first thing that I am here to judge is the product, and it's solely the product. However, I do have high hopes for these brushes because Jaclyn is a bona fide expert in her field, so I am expecting a lot from this collection. As a consumer, I would be really excited for these brushes and for this collection. I'd want to know what the fuss is all about, and I'd be curious whether these were worth the money or not. So that's my standpoint, and that's where I'm coming from. Next, I'm going to use this JH06 brush to set my under eye using this Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for Under Eyes. I think this brush is actually quite versatile as well. You can use it on top of your lids, under your lids. You could even use it as a highlighter or as a blush cheek color brush. It's nice and soft and fluffy. I like the fact that the bristles are a little bit at an angle, so it gives this brush just a little bit more versatility. Now for the rest of my face, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in shade 2. Also going to pick up this brush JH02. This is a big old powder brush. Swirl it in the pan, swirl it across my face. You do see that some bristles are coming out. But that's okay, that happens. It's not the end of the world. Next, I am gonna bronze up using this giant JH01 brush. It reminds me a lot of the Marc Jacobs bronzer brush. And for my bronzer today, I'm gonna use this beautiful bronzer from JLo's collection with Inglot. Brush is so huge, it's almost too big for the bronzer. This is one of those brushes that's great for an all-over glow. My forehead is certainly the perfect size for this brush. I'm gonna do the same thing to my face, just concentrate a little bit of color on the outer portion of my cheekbone, bring it in along the side of my jawline, and do the same thing on the other side. So I'm not chiseling, I'm just adding warmth and color. because that's what this brush is really intended for. For contouring and chiseling, we have 2 brushes in the set. This one is for the general cheek area, and this here would be better for the nose. I'm gonna pick up that same JLo shade, and I'm gonna try concentrating that bronzer right underneath my cheekbone. This brush, although fine for bronzer, I do think it's just a little bit too fluffy. I prefer something just a pinch more stiff, but this is like really, really soft. So I don't think it'll give you as much precision as a brush that's like a little bit more dense. Now this is not a shade that I would typically contour my nose with, but for the sake of this video, I am gonna do it. Whoa. Don't judge me too much. I do think this is a pretty good brush for contouring that nose. I mean, it is super precise. So now I'm just gonna take the other brush and soften it a bit. You can also use this brush to add a little bit of depth or volume underneath your lip. And I even think it might be good with cream products. Let me try it with this Fenty matchstick. Oh yeah. I just did my eyebrows off camera because I realized that Jaclyn Hill's collection does not have any spoolies or any brow brushes. So that's a bit of a drawback, but not a huge deal really, because a lot of brow products do have spoolies built into them. I'm gonna go back to the final 2 brushes at the end of the video when I apply my blush and my highlight. For now, let's get into the second part of this video where I review Jaclyn's eye brushes and also the new KKW Classic Collection. This is what the Classic Collection looks like. It comes with 4 lipsticks that are peach toned, an eyeshadow palette, pretty neutral, warm toned eyeshadow palette with some shimmery shades, some mattes, browns, bronzy, gold shades, etc. Also, there's some lip liners in this collection, which I took the liberty to take out of their casing. This collection launched on June 27th, so while I was traveling, I didn't get a chance to get to it as quickly as I would have loved to, but I think it fits in perfectly for today's video, where I can review 2 things for 2 for 1 price, free. Now, what's not free of charge is this bundle, which is $150 for the entire package. The palette is $45, the lipsticks are $18 each, and the lip liners are $12 each. Now, off the bat, this palette reminds me a lot of another nude palette, which I did a review on a few months ago. It has 10 shades, a nice mirror, packaging is cardboard, which is very trendy currently, and the shades are really pretty. Kind of rosy, kind of taupey, kind of nude and neutral and shimmery, definitely perfect for every day in my opinion. So now I'm gonna take this JH30 eye brush. I'm gonna pick up this shade here, which I believe is a matte yellow brown, and there are no names underneath the shades. I just have this little paper right here which kind of describes what they are. I'm gonna take that shade Florence and I'm gonna apply it to the outer portion of my transition and just softly sweeping it inwards. This brush JH30 is pretty good, although it does have some shedding. Not anything out of the ordinary. I do find that the shedding is a quality that is pretty common in most Morphe brushes, so it's not something that is a deterrent completely. These brushes are much cheaper. This color so far is just okay. I mean, I am seeing the application, but it's nothing extraordinary. It's nothing super pigmented. It's just a really soft wash of color. Next, I'm gonna take a stiffer brush, JH34, pick up this shade here, which is a matte light brown called Calabasas. I'm gonna use this shade and this brush here to contour my eye socket. Just back and forth, forth and back. I will say this brush is quite nice, but the eyeshadow is just okay. It's not anything I hadn't seen before. I'm gonna use that same shadow and the same brush to add a little bit of definition to my lower lash line, just to get rid of any of that under eye baggage. Next, I want to add a pinch of warmth, so I'm picking up this shade with the JH35 brush. What I'm going to do here is just apply that shade right here to the outer portion of the lid and blending it inwards. This shade is actually pretty nice. It's my favorite of the 3 that I've tried so far. It's very soft, blends pretty easily, packs on easily as well. Picking up JH41 and this coppery shade. Oh, this is beautiful. Both the shade and the brush in this step seem to be cooperating perfectly. I usually don't even like picking up these types of shimmery shades with the brush. Definitely a bit of fallout with this shade. That's okay, I'm just gonna use this fluffy brush to beat it off like a dust bunny. And then I'm gonna use JH43 to pick up this ivory shade. I wouldn't typically use this type of brush for this particular step, but this is the only flat square top brush that comes with this collection, so gonna make do for now. I'm gonna pick up this dark shade, and I'm gonna use this brush for its intended purpose, to basically push the shade here all the way to the lash line. I'm also gonna use it to line my top lash line and to just sharpen that outer corner. And this is a pretty nice shade. It's also soft and easy to use. Now, because I'm also gonna be testing out the peach lippies from the classic collection, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this peach shade on this Jaclyn Hill 31 brush, and I'm gonna very gently connect it right here between that ochre and between that warm brown, just because I want everything to tie in together nicely. You could probably barely see this on camera, but you can feel it, and that's what I'm going for. I just applied my House of Lashes Iconic Lashes to help put together this eye look, and now I am gonna finish my face and I'm gonna move on to the lip swatches. For the cheeks, I'm gonna use this JH05 blush brush and this Laura Mercier Peach Blush. I actually think this blush works quite nicely with the JLo bronzer. Now for the highlight, JH07 brush. And I'm gonna use this new Jouer Rose Gold highlighter. Oh, did they say rose gold? This is definitely more of a yellow gold, but still quite pretty. I do think that these two are interchangeable. I think you can easily use the JH06 that I use for the under eye powder as a highlighter brush instead, because it's also very, very soft. This one's just a pinch more precise if you want that pop. For the eyes, I will say that this is a tremendous amount of eye brushes. I mean, there's all types of widths, there's all types of fluffy factors. I personally think there are a few too many eye brushes, but for 165 brushes for 24 custom eye and face brushes, it's not a bad price. So now I want to swatch some of these KKW lippies and liners. So I'm gonna go ahead and do so if you are here for that, because I am pretty excited about this part. I've been eyeing these ever since I received them in the mail. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with lip liner Peach number 1. Ooh, this one is really, really pale. And now I'm gonna top that off with Peach number 1 lipstick, which is a really pretty color. Just a pinch pale for my skin tone, I think. I think it kind of makes my teeth look a little yellow. No? Is it me? Or is it the lipstick? You let me know. Peach number 2 lip liner and lipstick combo. This is a pinky peach. This one's really pretty in my opinion. I think it's very fresh and it kind of just gives a really nice finish to this makeup look. I am feeling this one. All right, let's remove that. Peach number 3 is a mid-tone coral. This is a really pretty funky color. I think it's very summery, also very fresh, quite flattering. Holy crap. This one really stains. Why are my lips turning neon? Like I'm literally rubbing off neon. This is so weird. Okay, I managed to take the lipstick off, but my lips are still very, very stained from that pigment. So I'm gonna try out the last peach lip liner number 4, which is a burnt red. And peach number 4, burnt red lipstick. Burnt red is generally not my favorite lipstick color for me and my skin tone, but I think for someone who's a little bit more tan than I am, or maybe a lot more tan than I am, this might be a good corally type of option. That said, I will give this KKW Peach Lipsticks collection a 3 out of 4. I do think they're pretty creamy, pretty nice looking lipsticks. Some of the colors are better than others, obviously, and that depends on your skin tone, on your preference. Wasn't crazy about the fact that peach number 3 stained the hell out of my lips, but that's not a crazy drawback because that does tend to happen with certain very pigmented lipsticks. I will give this palette a 7 out of 10. I do think this is a good palette, but not a great palette. It's not something that I've never seen before, and it's not something that I would necessarily pick up for myself for $45. The Jaclyn Hill brushes, on the other hand, I will recommend. I like the fact that she included a lot of versatile brushes that you could use for multiple things, for powders to creams. She could have even probably cut down on some of them, maybe make the price a little bit more approachable. Those are just my 2 cents, but still overall, I do think it's a really good collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. Don't forget to check out some of my other videos right here if you wanna see more action. I'm gonna change this lipstick though. I can't do an intro with this lipstick. This lipstick's not cute on me. Makes me look like I'm not my age. Just saying.